Hello everyone and welcome back to GLC TV. We've got another live tabletop game for you today, and this is going to be one from the Portland Regionals again. We're going to be showing Milton versus Vicky, and this was a 8-man on-demand pod that was played on Saturday after the main event for Saturday. And we've got Milton, who is playing a psychic deck that revolves mostly around Iron Boulder. I actually got to play Milton twice on Saturday. Some very fun games. And you can see its deck is pretty teched out. Lots of hand disruption, lots of interesting cards. Working with the Oricorio rescue card, really interesting to get back Oricorio and Mimikyu if he needs to. And then he's playing against Vicky, who is going to be playing Colorless. I think we've seen Vicky on the channel before. She plays a Archeops Porygon Z Crazy Code build that is all about the early turn aggression with the energy acceleration in the late game. So very powerful Colorless deck. And so we've got Milton going first here. Leading off with the Blacephalon, not really a card you really want as your lead, and really gets going when the opponent is at 3 prizes. But honestly, it's actually not a terrible lead at all, being able to spread 4 damage counters around on the opponent's board for 2 energy. But he's facing down the unfazed Fat Snorlax, which just completely negates Blacephalon's attack. So excellent start for Vicky if she can get the energy on it to start attacking. That is the early pressure that Vicky wants to see from her Colorless deck. And Milton starting off with a Nest Ball. Going to be doing some prize checking here. We see Mimikyu being brought to the front. We see Ralts. I'm just trying to prize check along with Milton here. Cleffa. Such an interesting build for this. Not how I would build Psychic. I think a lot of the Pokemon choices are good, but definitely some interesting, really cool card choices. Especially come from behind, like Counter Catcher, Ace Trainer. Really cool stuff. So gonna go for the Cleffa. And we do see a Mystery Psychic Energy in hand. Now it is the first turn. So he's gonna retreat into the Cleffa. Can't attack though, so just gonna put that out there as a sacrifice. Not really any way Vicky can get the turn 1 attack here, I don't think. I'd have to double check the deck list. She does have a Buddy Buddy Poffin. So another excellent card to see on the first turn. Expecting she's probably going to want to get something like Bidoof. And then maybe Porygon. Also, you can see she's prize checking there, making sure she knows what is in the prizes. Oh, of course, going to get the Fan Rotom as the first one, of course. And that, of course, just lets you get everything else from there. So, going to have a pretty insane start, Buddy Poffin into the Fan Rotom, it looks like, depending on what's prized. What she gets here on her first turn, being able to get, 5 Pokemon with 1 card. It's going to inform us probably of what's prized. Although maybe she'll just get whatever she needs, and just if there's evolutions prized, you hope you get them off of the Snorlax. I love the pyramid layout for the prize cards on Vicky's side. 2x3, the standard you see, but there's no rule, I think. Just make your own little cool shape. All right, so we see Doduo being grabbed. Okay, looks like Doduo, Minccino, Dodrio, and Archon have been pulled out of the deck. I think she's deciding between Archon and Dodrio, depending on what this fossil excavation map reveals. So, finds the fossil, and that means going to get the Archon instead of the Dodrio. So I assume if the fossil had been prized, then she would have gotten the Dodrio instead of the Archon there. All right, so final call was. Oh, I see what she did. So Buddy Poffin. Oh, is it Dodrio and Archon? So Buddy Poffin gets Rotom and Doduo. Rotom gets Minccino, Archon, and Dodrio. Just okay, crazy. And then Excavation Map got the unidentified fossil, and now we're seeing an Arven as well. So what item would she want to get here? Just get an Evo Incense, keep setting up for next turn. U-turn board is going to be the tool grab. And I believe she plays the Cinccino that does damage, not the one that draws cards. Yeah, there's the Evo Incense. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, just going to keep setting up next turn. If Milton does not have a disruption play. So yeah, if Milton does not have an Iono or a Marnie or something, it's just going to be just an insane game for Vicky, as apparently they most of them are for her, from what I've seen. But that's just colorless, you know, and Vicky. So we're going to put the U-turn board on the Doduo, which makes sense. Rotom's going to be attacking a lot. Oh, interesting. Floatstone on the Snorlax, pivoting into the Doduo. Oh, going to take the KO here. The 30 damage on the Cleffa for an easy turn 1 knockout, since Milton did put that Cleffa in the active to retreat the Blacephalon. Yeah, I don't know what that energy is. Looks like probably a mist energy. Oh, it might be draw energy. Sorry, lucky energy. So it says if that Pokemon is damaged by an attack, you draw a card. So interesting. Just going all in on the special energy, since I believe this is a Porygon deck. Is it still playing Porygon? Yes, still playing Porygon. So I imagine the Porygon might have been prized, or at least part of it, if she went and got the Minccino when she already has the Snorlax and the Rotom. Okay, gonna copycat for, looks like 6 cards. Milton playing the copycat. Kind of a neat card. I think it's being phased out of most people's more competitive Psychic decks. I know it was being used with Iron Boulder, but it turns out like it's actually not that hard to hand match without having to play cards like Copycat. Plus the problem with Copycat is you can't go down any cards after you play it. It's actually a lot easier to just, like Professor's Research, get a whole bunch of cards and then just dump cards from your hand with stuff like Quick Ball, Mysterious Treasure, etc. Or just playing out tools and Pokemon from your hand. But gonna get him into a Ralts here and an Oricorio, which is kind of like a Professor's Letter on a stick on an ability. A bit of a liability sometimes though. Oricorio I've found can clog your bench, especially in Psychic decks that just they want to be playing a bunch of different Pokemon. So, but it might work here for Milton. And he does have the second energy on the Blacephalon, so he might be able to. I think the Doduo is down to 60 HP. So he's going to be able to put 4 damage counters somewhere. Rescue Stretcher to get back the Cleffa. So where does he want to put it, though? Onto the Fossil. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, he knows that she's got the Archon, which has, what is that, 80 HP? Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. So if she cannot find a way to knock out this Blacephalon, then he'll be able to take out the Fossil permanently. timer ball for Vicky, who evolved into Dodrio. No, she got 1 heads. We'll see how many she got based on how many evolutions she grabs. Gonna be able to get the Chinchino. So it looks like 1 heads, which is kind of the average, 75% chance to get 1 heads with the timer ball. Yeah, that's the new Chinchino. I believe it does 70 damage, 2 energy, 70 damage for each energy, special energy card attached to it. So one of the ways that Vicky's deck has to reach those higher damage thresholds against things like Whale Lord, when otherwise, you know, Colorless sometimes can feel capped at 180 with the Unfazed Fat Snorlax. That Chinchino, if you can get 4 energy onto it, can hit for 280, which is not difficult with Porygon Z and Archeops. So we're going to see 2 damage on the Dodrio, which means it's doing 70 damage right now. So not going to be enough to knock out the Blacephalon, which means Archon is in danger of getting knocked out. And yep, going to just hit the Blacephalon for 70. Milton has the Evo Incense to get the Kirlia. Yep, not in the prizes, so that's great. Gets his draw engine online. And yeah, like I mentioned, that Blacephalon, it is not powerless just because the opponent is at more than 3 prizes. Those 4 damage counters can add up. And Vicky just seemingly did not have another energy, I believe. Unless she attached, yeah, because the U-turn board is... Oh, and there's an Iono for Milton. So I'm going to put Vicky down to 5 cards. I don't think it got anything out of her hand that we knew was there. She did get to play out her hand last turn, so this is going to be a fresh 5 for Vicky. I did see a boss go into her hand. Milton drawing 6. I imagine... Okay, going to play down the Mimikyu. Kirlia to draw 2 cards. Interesting, discarding the Monkey Dory to the Refinement. Oh, and that's rough. He drew into Earthen Vessel, so if he had kept that Monkey Dory, he could have moved the damage off of the Blacephalon. And he gets the Galarian Articuno with 2 Psychic Energy from hand. He could actually snipe with this. No, oh no, he can't. He doesn't have the energy. Oh, he's got the. Is that a? No, he played the Rescue Stretcher already. And his bench is now full. I'm not sure about benching the Mimikyu early. I feel like Mimikyu is at its best if you hold it and wait till the opponent messes up and uses an attack that you can copy. It's much better coming out of the hand than it is coming off the bench. And Blacephalon with the Luxurious Cape, going to take the knockout on the Archon, and that puts it out of play permanently, I believe, unless Vicky has a way to get items back. But looking at the deck, I don't see any other way to get items back except for the Fossil Excavation map. So she's going to be relying on Porygon now, but Porygon is MIA, and assuming it's possibly prized. This could be bad news for Vicky. Gonna Nest Ball. But yeah, talking about the Mimikyu, now that it's on the bench, not only is it locking up Milton's bench spots, making it harder for him to deploy his utility mons, Vicky can also just target this down. She has a boss in hand, we know that. She could just put down an energy on Rotom, and if she can find a stadium, she could knock out this Mimikyu without letting it become a problem for her. So when they know the Mimikyu is there, they're going to play around it a lot harder. But opponents will make mistakes when the Mimikyu is not right in front of them. That's why I don't like Sudowoodo. People always ask, what do you think about Sudowoodo and fighting? Unless you have a way to power it up in one turn, the fact that you have to put it on the bench and power it up over 2 turns is just annoying. I mean, you could Raihan or you could be playing the Rock Salt guy, but the fact that Mimikyu can attack so easily with just 1 turn of energy, because you have Dimension Valley, you have Malamar that can easily power it up. That's what makes Mimikyu so good, as well as the Filch, of course. If you really need to draw cards, you can Filch. But we see a Lugia came down for Vicky from the Nest Ball. It looks like a Bidoof now hitting the bench, which means Porygon is MIA. And I think the energy went on to the Chinchino. Okay, Gladion, but filled up the bench. So where's Porygon? Can't quite see the prizes. All right, and with the power of the instant replay, I was able to go back, and it looked like she took an Iono, full art Iono from the prizes there. So, but I have no idea what else was in the prizes. So we'll have to see as they come out. And back to Milton. Vicky just not able to find the energy she needs to get these attacks going. Even the Rotom not able to attack here. I mean, she is putting damage with the Dodrio, but not taking a knockout. And there's a Dimension Valley and Marnie. Interesting to see the Dimension Valley played there. Could possibly signal Milton is about to go for a Galarian Articuno play here, since he can retreat the Blacephalon for free. Otherwise, there's no reason to play it and then just get it bumped. And important to note, Milton not playing any Stadium Recovery in this deck. So once that Dimension Valley gets bumped, it's gone. And Professor's Letter for 2 Psychic Energies. I could get a Darkness Energy. Yeah, 2 Psychic Energies. What do we have? I mean, yeah, there's not much on the bench here. We've got the Curlia, the Oricorio, the Cleffa, the Mimikyu, and the Articuno, which doesn't leave a whole lot of room for developing attackers or an engine. Just kind of waiting for Vicky to start clearing out some of these support Pokemon. Doesn't have room for Malamar. Doesn't have room for Monkidori. Okay, yep, gonna retreat into the Articuno. And it probably makes sense to try to wait to save that Blacephalon until the 3 prize turn, especially with the Luxcape on it, not give up 2 prizes. And does take out the Chinchino with that Galarian Articuno snipe attack. Now he's gonna need to find a way to pivot. I did get to play against Milton's deck a couple of times that day, and one of the big issues was not being able to get that Articuno out of the active spot. Now, that being said, Vicky doesn't really have a way to punish that the way I did with Kyogre. But she is having a slow start here, so if Milton stalls out, oh, interesting. Oh, nice. Okay, so Field Blower gets a Squovit down on Vicky's side, and then Field Blowers away the Lux Cape on the Blacephalon, which apparently was enough to knock it out. So able to take a prize there and get the knockout on the Blacephalon. And then gonna attach a energy to the Lugia. And then via Seeker to get back Arvin. Okay. I'm gonna grab Muscle Band and Evo Incense. I swear she got that last time. Oh no, okay. Last time she got Fossil Excavation Map with the Arvin. So This time getting the Evo Incense to get the Bibarel into play. So now has the Squovit Bibarel engine online. And I'm going to put the Muscle Band on the Lugia. Can she turn that into some energy to get these attackers going? I mean, mainly this Snorlax. So yeah, going to go ahead and Nest Dash. And I'm going to draw with the Bibarel back up to 5. And zooming draw with the Dodrio. So fresh hand of 6. And then looks like a trainer's mail here. Let me check the discard pile. So probably found some recovery item. Can't quite see what we're looking at here. I think I saw a penny or a special charge. All right, once again, through the power of replay and zoom, there was a Hisuian Heavy Ball, a boss's orders, and a special charge, along with a mist energy. And Vicky took the boss's orders there off of the trainer's mail. Looks like currently has 6 damage counters on the Dodrio, so doing a pretty healthy 190 with that attack. 1 energy. And gonna go down to 3 prizes. Took the knockout on the Cleffa the first time, then knocked out the Blacephalon with the Field Blower, and now took the knockout on the Articuno. So down to 3 prizes. So if Milton can get back this Blacephalon. Oh, and she did take out the Dimension Valley with the Field Blower as well. So no Dimension Valley here for Milton without any Stadium Recovery in the deck. I'm gonna get the Inkay out. Does finally have a cleared out board at least. Can start putting down some more basics. Gonna be able to get this Malamar going next turn. Gonna start attaching to the Curlia, which looks like it has a counter energy on it. Okay, gonna play N here. So I believe he is on 4 prizes. Took, because he knocked out the Archon and he knocked out the Chinchino. So gonna go to 4. Vicky gonna go down to 3, but of course has the Squovit Bibarel in play and the zooming draw still if it doesn't get knocked out. So hand disruption's not super impactful, Vicky, but hopefully Milton able to draw into a better hand here. Of 4. Oops. Accidentally drew too many cards that Milton's cooled it, so just put it back and draw it at the start of the turn. Okay, what did we draw into? Energy, Mysterious Treasure, Energy. Not sure what to discard. Discards the Scoop of Net. Finds a Battle VIP pass. Okay, so he traded in the Refinement, the Scoop of Net to draw 2. Mysterious Treasure, discard the Battle VIP pass, gets the Gallade. So he has the knockout with the Gallade here. And the nice thing is he can move that counter energy to the back. Gets the Gallade. It's already played a supporter for turn, but should still go and get a supporter. Probably Raihan. It's usually what I get when I've already used my supporter for turn. So in case the Gallade gets knocked out, I can just have Raihan ready to go. Does he have Raihan in the deck? Oh, he's not playing Raihan in this deck. So what are we getting here? Oh no, he does. He does have Raihan. Excuse me. Hex Maniac. Okay. That's a good one too. That will definitely put the brakes on Vicky's draw engine, which is right now her only form of energy acceleration. She's hoping to just draw into an energy each turn. And I don't think we've seen the double turbo yet. Yep, gonna send out the Gallade, and looks like we're gonna take the knockout with the Swirling Slice. Do you move the counter energy or the Psychic? Yeah, I think you move the counter, and he's gonna move it on to the to the Mimikyu. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess there's no other attackers on his bench, unfortunately. And if the Snorlax does attack, he'll be able to mimic you to take the revenge knockout. Both players now tied at 3 prizes each. But puts him in a tough spot because the Gallade is not going to be able to follow up with an attack if Vicky does not respond with a KO. So, not a ton of pressure right now from Milton. Almost would make sense for Vicky to just slow down and try to build up her board. She knows the Hex Maniac's coming. Just gonna put the Mist Energy on the Lugia. Just not going for the Snorlax at all. By the way, I missed it, but the double turbo energy is on the Lugia. So we've got DTE and Mist Energy and a muscle band on this Lugia. I have to remind myself, I think Lugia is 20 damage for each energy on both targets, on both Pokemon. Both active for each energy. So right now it's doing 60. Oh, and the Gallade dodged the knockout. Oh, no, it would have only been doing 100. So she needs to get 4 energy onto this Lugia. And even with 4 energy, it wouldn't take the knockout with Deep Crush because of the... Oh, no, it would because of the muscle band. Yeah, so if she can get 1 more energy on this Lugia, she can take the knockout on the Gallade. So maybe just slow down. The Gallade's not pressuring with the knockout unless I don't think... yeah, Milton's not playing double turbo energy. They're both on even prizes, and the Dimension Valley's gone. Now, Vicky doesn't know that Dimension Valley's gone permanently because he could be running Lusamine. But I think if she ends up just passing, she's not going to get punished too hard here. So it does go for the Nest Dash. Oh, interesting. I'm going to play... I forgot what that stadium's called, but I believe it gives either Colorless or basic Pokemon an extra 30 HP. And then I'm going to draw with Bibarel. Let's see. Spurcia City Gym. Colorless Pokemon in play get plus 20 HP. So that's nice. So that's going to give Snorlax 170. And then Level Ball, probably going to fail. Oh, she did find the Porygon here. I wonder if that Porygon got taken off the prizes and then shuffled in with the when the N got played. And so now we're finally seeing it. So I believe Level Ball did get the Porygon here. And so this is a good sign for Vicky. If she can get this Porygon Z established, she can finally get some energy flowing. Because that's what you want. Porygon Z with the Bibarel Squovit engine. I mean, you might as well be a Rillaboom or an Archeops. You just refill your hand with energy. Yeah, just gonna have to pass. Passing with the Snorlax in the active, which makes sense. It's her beefiest thing, and it's got the Float Stone. And so now Milton gonna have to figure out a way to continue taking knockouts and take the lead here. By the way, I'm not sure if he actually took his prize. Oh yeah, oh no. Yeah, I just went back and checked. Milton forgot to take a prize when he knocked out that Dodrio. He should be on 3 prizes, but he did not grab a prize card. So that's a little bit concerning. I wonder how they're gonna figure that out and how they're gonna play it out. Because he should have taken a prize card when the Dodrio got knocked out, but he never did. So it should be 3-3, but there's 4 prize cards there on Milton's side of the table. Okay, gonna use Gallade. Buddy Catch. What do we got left? I see Guzma. I see Penny. I don't see Raihan. I see, is that a boss? Boss's orders? Not much. I mean, you could Guzma and try to start filching maybe, but then you're just giving up your Mimikyu. He's got energy. You might just want to... I'm gonna fail to find, and I'm gonna use Arvin to get Floatstone and Evo Soda. Floatstone on the Gallade, Evo Soda on the Malamar. Ooh, okay. Does that give him an out, a way to attack? I don't think so. He needs a pivot. He needs like an escape rope or something for this to work. Retreat the Gallade, Psychic Recharge, attach from hand, but he needs a switch because he can only retreat once. So he's gonna send out the Cleffa. Okay, Psychic Recharge onto the Gallade. Sure. Attach from hand. And then I'm gonna Cleffa. To draw 3 cards. Alright, it's back to Vicky. So now has another easy knockout with the Cleffa in play. Just needs an energy for this Fan Rotom. Interesting. Gonna bump the Aspertia for Parallel City, which gives Milton kind of an easy choice to get rid of the Oricorio. That Aspertia was keeping Snorlax like alive here against Gallade, so that was an interesting choice. We just wanted to get rid of it before shuffling everything to the bottom with Nest Stash, but it was a long think. It was a long think before Nest Stash. Let's be a supporter. Oh, energy. Yep, there you go. Therapeutic. She didn't want to waste a therapeutic on the Rotom, but if you don't draw an energy here, then it would hurt to not take this knockout, I think. Okay, and I'm going to Beaverell. Going back up to 5. Hoping to find that Porygon 2 or a rare candy. Interestingly, Milton could take the return KO with the Mimikyu here if she does go with the Fan Rotom. And yeah, just gonna go ahead and do it. Take the knockout. They still haven't figured out Milton should be on 3 prizes. And here comes the Gallade. Oh, does he really want to use the Gallade for this? I feel like you want the Mimikyu to go down first and just keep using the Gallade's Buddy Catch. Could have gotten Guzma as well to knock out that Lugia. He's got the boss. He could boss here. Boss up the Lugia and knock it out. I feel like the Lugia is the biggest threat. Okay, interesting. Bravery Charm on the Mimikyu. That is definitely for Iron Boulder, because I know he plays Penny. Yep, gonna boss up the Lugia. There we go. Huge resource dump to take that out, and puts the energy on the Malamar. I don't know about putting the energy on the Malamar. I find that locking up your energy on stuff that you're never going to put in the active is sometimes dangerous. Probably just want to overload it onto the Mimikyu, so when it gets knocked out, all the energy goes to the discard pile where you want it to be, so you can get it back with Psychic Recharge. But it always does feel weird to put a bunch of energy on one thing that doesn't need it, so I guess putting it on the Malamar does give you the option to retreat it if you need to. Escape Rope. What do you give here? Mimikyu is your only other attacker. Yeah, gonna sacrifice. Well, not necessarily sacrificing the Mimikyu. Vicky setting up the Snorlax. And yeah, Milton's on 3. Should be on 2 prizes here. So game's a little bit scuffed. We'll see what happens. If Vicky wins with Milton at 1 prize, it'll be unfortunate. But it happens. For some reason, people forget to take their prize all the time. It's like you're so happy to just get that whatever their thing is off the table. The prize becomes like a bonus thing that you don't even think about anymore. Okay. Such a long thought before nest dashing. So I'm gonna attach, looks like gift energy to the Snorlax, and then gonna nest dash. Is that gift energy? Is that what that one's called? Yeah, gift energy. Okay, looks like she found, oh, there's a Porygon too, and she also found a Cyclozar. Yeah, just churning through the deck, 5 cards a turn. You eventually find what you need. Ooh, an Iono. This should be an Iono to 2 for both, but let's see how many cards he draws. 3 cards, yep. I'm going to keep saying this. I feel like a broken record. I should probably just take the prizes as they are at face value, but should be 2 to 2. Because he knocked out 2 Pokemon. He knocked out the Lugia. And he knocked out the Cinccino, Archon, Lugia, and I forget what the other one was. Now I'm doubting. Oh, and Dodrio. Yeah, he's taken 4 knockouts already. He should be at 2 prizes. All right, special charge. I'm gonna shuffle that double turbo back in for Vicky. And yeah, just gonna pass back to Milton, who now without that Aspersion play can just take the knockout with the Gallade. And here's the Iron Boulder coming down as well. Gonna use Buddy Catch to get the Guzma. Yeah, just take out that Porygon, I think. Porygon or the Bibarel? Gonna go for the Porygon, yep. Porygon's kind of a unique threat in that way. Gonna attach a Darkness Energy. I think, yeah, that's interesting. So he Psychic Recharged the Boulder and then attached Darkness Energy to the Gallade. Takes the knockout. Now officially down to 2. Should be down to 1 prize here, but 2 prizes left on the table. And Vicky's in a tough spot. She's still got her draw going. She just needs to find that double turbo to take the knockout on this Gallade, but then Milton has the response KO with Mimikyu. And then what does she have after that? I mean, I guess she could knock out. Oh, she's got the knockout with Rotom. So Milton's gonna have to take the knockout with Iron Boulder next turn. And then she could boss KO the Mimikyu with the Rotom. If she can find the double turbo here and take the knockout here, Vicky is still in this game. Not sure why that got discarded. Oh, for the retreat, maybe? Yeah, because I think Guzma'd the Porygon and then retreated the Mimikyu. So forgot to discard energy for retreat. Rescue Stretcher from Vicky, gonna get back the Lugia. Recognizing she's probably run out of time. And there's the double turbo! She found it. And that does knock out the Gallade, still doing 160. Just needs to flip or get a Guzma. Flip 2 heads. Down to 1 prize. There's the tails. Snorlax still asleep. So now Milton has to choose the right response here. If he sends the Mimikyu, he takes the knockout, but he gets return knockout by the Rotom. Oh wait, no, that's right. It has Bravery Charm. And Vicky already used up her Field Blower. But yeah, I think he's got it with the boulder here. That means there's no Gust option since there's a Bravery Charm on the Mimikyu. Looks like it's going to pay off. Just going to Psychic Recharge energy onto the Mimikyu for some reason. Can he not match hand size? What is the hand size here? She's got, looks like 4 cards in hand. Teammates. Does that do it? Oh, she had the rare candy. Oh, it looks like 3 cards. Okay, 3 cards in hand. Milton now at 3 with the teammates, and now we're going to take the knockout with the adjusted horn. Takes his 5th prize. 1 prize left. Should actually be 0. He should have actually 1 here. And now it's back to Vicky. Does she have... Oh, that was a lot of... Oh, she drew for the gift energy. So yeah, she does draw for the gift energy and then promotes. Gonna send out the Fanrodom is the pivot. Does anything get it? She's already used her special charge. Does she play counter energy? She does play counter energy. The Cyclozar could get it. Does she play Raihan? She plays teammates. Cynthia, no Raihan. Ooh, yeah, without the Raihan. Well, of course she can't play Raihan. She doesn't have any basic energies in this deck. Boss on the Mimic on the Malamar, but it has 2 energy on it. And her muscle band is gone. Is she gonna draw a powerful energy? Oh my gosh, she found the powerful energy to take the knockout. Takes the win. A little bit scuffed though, because Milton actually did take his 6 prizes, 6 knockouts. But that's how it goes. If, he forgot to take the prize, they didn't notice. And Vicky able to play to her out there, gusting for the Malamar before digging for that powerful energy, and takes the win and did go 3-0 at this tournament, 8-man pod. So congrats to Vicky. Well played. Great game. That was enjoyable. I'm glad I casted that. This will probably be my last GLC game I do from the Portland Regionals for this. Maybe one other game that's not GLC, but we'll have to see if I have time. So thanks everybody for watching. Thank you again to Cory for staying late after the tournament to record this for us. And we'll see you guys for the next video.
I was able to go after, stop you from getting the Archon and the Porygon Z. I was like, those have to go. I know what those do.
Yeah. I think that's what stopped me, because when you knocked out my Archon, I had evolution inside.
Please remember to bring this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was